Good evening and welcome back to the Miniature Stash. Lurking deep in the jungle, the lizards beat their war drums as they prepare to march into battle. I'm finally getting a Seraphon Warcry warband, ready for some battle reports for the channel. And I thought I'd chat about some of their characteristics you might see in their warband. So if you're interested in Warcry content like this, hit the like and subscribe button for future videos. Right now, my options for models come from two different boxes. The first is the old Seraphon Start Collecting box, which Games Workshop's no longer sells. And the second is the Underworld's box, the Star Blood Stalkers, which has some pretty nice looking sculpts. And for the new players out there, if you don't have the rules for Warcry, don't worry, Games Workshop has provided all the core rules and data sheets for free over at warhammercommunity.com. There may be a few of the newer warbands that haven't been updated yet though. Also, another great resource for Warcry players is warcrier.net. This site is nicely laid out, so you can easily look up all the rules along with fighter cards for warbands, bespoke and compendium, including all allies, monsters, or thralls that you may want to add to your Warcry experience. So looking at the data card for this Seraphon Warrior Alpha that I'm painting up, you can add it to your warband for 135 points. Not too bad for a fighter with the leader hero rune mark for your warband. He's a melee fighter with a 1-inch reach, 4 attacks, strength 4, and with a damage of 2-4. So you should be able to do a little bit of damage with this fighter. But if you look at his triple ability, Tearing Bite, with a set of 6s, you might be able to deal damage up to an 8-10 for an attack, which could possibly take out a tanky fighter in your opponent's warband. There's a lot of fighter cards in the Seraphon roster that have access to this ability, so it might come in handy in a tight spot. Now, defensively, the Seraphon Warrior Alpha can probably last a round or two against a lot of fighters in Warcry that are around the same points, with toughness 4 and 16 hit points. That being said though, going up against a really strong fighter, this Warrior Alpha might be out in one attack. To counter that though, you may use the Seraphon reaction, Starborn, where you can turn 2 crits into 2 hits instead. But you have to declare this reaction before your opponent rolls their attacks, and they may not even roll crits, so it could be a bit of a gamble. All Seraphons have access to a quad called Wrath of the Old Ones that can turn any lizard Super Saiyan. If you have a quad of 5 or 6, you will be able to add 3 to your attacks and strength for the battle round, potentially getting you 2 activations with this ability. In the case of the Seraphon Warrior Alpha, you will get 7 attacks at strength 7. And if you get 2 attack activations in that round, you'll be rolling 14 dice. The last ability this fighter gets access to is for his leader rune mark, which is a nice double ability all Seraphon leaders get, called Cold-Blooded Commander. If you take down an enemy fighter, you get an extra attack or move activation, which is alright for a double ability. This can come in handy if you sneak in and take a kill away from one of your other fighters in your warband. So if you want to play Warcry with some deadly lizards, but can't get a hold of that nice looking Hunters of Hanchi bespoke warband, don't worry, the Compendium is a great place to get the job done. Because what we talked about tonight with this one Seraphon Warrior Alpha is just a small portion of what the Seraphon Warbrand brings to the battlefield. With a lot of diversity for list building and even more abilities, these lizards can keep your friends guessing at what you'll bring to your next matchup. So if you enjoyed this quick Warcry chat, please hit the like and subscribe button for future Warcry content, all here on the Miniature Stash.